U.S. drops tariffs on Canadian aluminum.
Here's a summary of the article.
Ottawa, the United States has lifted its 10% tariff on Canadian aluminum, retroactive to September 1, CTV News has confirmed. In a statement, U.S. Trade Representative Robert Lighthizer cited consultations with Canadian officials and an expectation that trading of aluminum is likely to balance out in the months ahead, as why the Americans decided to withdraw what Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has called unjust tariffs. Withdrawing the tariffs does come with some strings. Trump imposed the 10% tariff on raw aluminum from Canada on August 16 under Section 232 of the U.S. Trade Expansion Act, which states the imports pose a threat to American national security, amid condemnation from aluminum organizations on both sides of the border. As soon as Trump said the new tariffs were coming, Canadian officials said they planned to hit back with $3.6 billion in dollar-for-dollar retaliatory countermeasures once the industry was consulted on a broad list of potential products to slap tariffs on. In unveiling the tariffs, Trump claimed that the American aluminum business has been decimated by Canada, calling it very unfair and accusing Canadian producers of flooding the U.S. with exports. Freeland has called Trump's tariffs unnecessary, unwarranted and entirely unacceptable, and said they are the last thing anyone needs right now given the current state of the economy amid COVID-19.
This post received a score of 23,000, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Yup, this is good news for both Canada and USA. No one in the manufacturing industry wanted to see tariffs imposed.
The steel tariffs in particular made no real sense on any level. U.S. steel mills are basically guaranteed their sales. Their yearly output doesn't normally satisfy all the yearly demand placed on them. Not all steel is made equal. There are a lot of different types and alloys. The steel tariffs meant that the demand for all steel dropped because the lack of economical foreign steels for over-demand periods meant that the price of all steel rose, reducing the demand for it.
I've also read that the supply chain just makes more sense for steel from either country depending on the location. Like the mills are just geographically closer to wherever the steel needs to be.
Bingo. This is why so much manufacturing is concentrated on the coasts. It's orders of magnitude easier to get steel from Germany to a factory in Jersey, than it is to get steel from Ohio to Jersey.
Especially pre-industrialization, when a boat could make it halfway across the world faster than you could get from Houston to Dallas. A lot of things we have now are the way they are now because they made permanent or otherwise prohibitively expensive, taxing to move fixtures and whatnot for them where it was easiest hundreds of years ago.
The same things that made those things true then still hold now. The laws of physics don't care about the progress of technology. Moving things by boat simply takes less energy than any other means humans have found.
Mere hours before Canada leveled retaliatory tariffs that it designed to inflict the minimal amount of damage on Canada, and to have frankly the strongest possible impact in the United States. Edit. Interestingly, while CTV is a very reputable source, no one else seems to be reporting this. Insider connection? Edit 2, I'm now seeing it at CBC too. Edit 3, USTR press release.
Greater than Edit 3, USTR press release in which we learn that the tariffs go away only so long as Canada exports less aluminum to the U.S. than Trump has planned for his economy. Then they come back retroactively. It seems like this is more about avoiding retaliatory tariffs and news stories in battleground states for the month of October than restoring free trade.
Greater than it seems like this is more about avoiding retaliatory tariffs and news stories in battleground states for the month of October than restoring free trade. Well, yeah, wasn't a lot of reason to think Trump is interested in fair trade. Few politicians favor anything over advantaging their constituents.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.